let's talk about the big room, which is also known as Obeya. Obeya is a Japanese word for a large or big room. This concept is a lean concept that focuses on collaboration. And actually, Obeya is a scheduled and recurring event. It could be daily, it could be 1 or 2 times a week, depending on the needs of the key stakeholders. So here, the key stakeholders gather and discuss the project progress. They could discuss about the plan, the work, the updates, they give feedback, they solve problems, and they try to analyze variances. What's the difference between what was executed and the success criteria? So in short, Obeya is a collaborative tool that brings key stakeholders together during the execution phase of the project and helps to collaborate between these key stakeholders. Usually the key stakeholders from the different entities, subcontractors, and they try to sync their work and learn from each other and overcome problems. So here is an important aspect of Obeya, which is the use of visual elements. Usually within that room, we have a smart board or whiteboards, and we could also have sticky notes. What makes your Obeya successful or not is whether at the end of the meeting you make decisions or not. If you do the meetings and at the end there is no decisions at all, then maybe there is a problem with the Obeya. You need to share everything, collaborate, and at the end of the day, if there is any impediments, we make decision collectively to overcome these problems. Okay, so here are the best practices for the big room. The big room should be established as early as possible in the project. The frequency of the meetings should be adapted to the work at hand. It could be daily, it could be 1 or 2 per week, it could be even 1 per 2 weeks, depends on the pace of work in your project. Usually the key stakeholders gather into the big room, then they go back, do the work on individual level, and then during the next Obeya meeting, they gather again and they share feedback and they share progress and they all contribute with what they know. Okay? So the duration of the sessions is flexible. It could be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, depends. If you have more frequency, more probably it's a shorter meeting. If you are having less frequency, probably it's a longer meeting. So this refers to the key stakeholders, how they would like to run the Obeya in the most efficient way that they can see. Okay, the participants can meet in different ways. There is no single way of meeting. If they are working in a co-located manner, they could meet in person. On the other hand, if they are not co-located, they could still meet in person on a recurring basis, which means that everyone come from different places at a specific time in a specific location and they discuss and they go to their offices or whatever. So here, this is the case where everyone is in the field, and here is the case when not everyone is on the field. The other way of holding the Obeya is hybrid, which means that we have virtual attendance along with in-person attendance. And the fourth way of doing Obeya is to have fully remote meeting. That's also possible, and it's still named as Obeya. The only key that makes it successful is collaboration. You need to have collaboration between the different team members and make decisions at the end of the meeting and move forward with the project. Okay? So here the participant may change over time as the project advances, and we can see that in a moment. Here, for instance, at the beginning of the project, we could have members such as the architect, the general contractor, the excavation contractor, the concrete subcontractor, the steel contractor. We could have one or many representatives from these subcontractors or contractors. They meet together and try to oversee the progress and discuss the different details of implementing the project. Later on during the project, the members will differ. We could have here, for instance, the general contractor, the electrical subcontractor, the plumbing subcontractor, the HVAC subcontractor, the fire alarm subcontractor, the flooring, the carpentry. As you can see, things evolve with the project, and the way Obeya is implemented also evolves, and the members and the participants also change. Here we can see also some examples of implementing Obeya. We could have meetings such as this one. You can see here the screen, the design, the 2D plan here, and people discuss around the table. As we can see here, like in this example, there is a sticky notes and a Kanban board, and we move tasks through time and we discuss around this board. So these two different ways are possible, and they both considered as Obeya. So depending on your needs, you implement this concept appropriately.